Okay, so we're going to look at the periodic table. So your goal for this is to fill in the periodic table and color it in. This doesn't have to be the same colors that I have, but just make sure when I do a color, you mark off which group it is. So we have 7 different groups that you guys are going to be learning about. So we're going to start with the alkali metals. Don't want that. So the alkali metals up here. And that's going to be our first row. So we're going to exclude hydrogen. So we're not going to color in hydrogen for this one because that's a gas and not going to be included in our metals. So this is all in the first row. The next one that we have is our alkaline earth metals. That's going to be our second row. Our third thing that we're going to do is the biggest part that we have here. So those are our transition metals. So that's going to be this whole middle block here, as well as a few over on this side. All right. Now we're also going to have the lanthanides and actinides, because if you can see right there, you can see actinides and lanthanides. That's where they would be put into the periodic table, but we are not going to do that because it would take up more than one page, so it's easier to look at the other way. One thing we're not going to be coloring in is, you can ignore these on the bottom here. Anything 113 through 116 with the atomic number, those are all man-made elements, and we don't quite know where to place them yet. So the next ones that we have are the metalloids. The metalloids are the staircase ones that you might have seen. So make sure you pay attention to which one of these you're coloring in. They're sort of in between metal and non-metal, so they share a bunch of different properties. So the next one we're going to do this purple for the non-metals. So we have carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and then sulfur, selenium, and phosphorus in the middle here. So those are our non-metals. Now fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodide are also non-metals, but they fall into a different category. So we're going to do them a little differently. So we're going to use orange for halogens. So that's our fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodide in the halogens. So that's group 7 right here. The last one that we have, I'm going to do in blue, are our noble gases. So our noble gases are these 5 here. 6, including helium. Those are all the ones in group 8. So one other thing we're going to do is label which ones are liquid and gas at room temperature. So we only have 2 that are liquid at room temperature. That is Hg, which is mercury, and Br, bromine. So those 2 are liquid at room temperature. The other ones that we're going to label are gases. So we have carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine, as well as chlorine as well. So those are our gases at room temperature, as well as our noble gases. We're going to go back to hydrogen over here. These are all gases. Everything else is a solid at room temperature.